YouTube. Man, Emoni Bates just got called out in this recent video that he just posted, and he didn't have the best weekend in basketball, and a lot of you guys were coming for this top recruit. So we're gonna break it down and get right into it. Before I start the video, man, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications to get a new notification every time I upload a new video. And if you enjoy the content that I put out, we always talk about all the players with the most clout in high school basketball and the #1 source for high school basketball entertainment. All right, let's get right into it. Now, Emoni Bates, of course, man, best player in his class, hands down. This guy is a monster, standing around 6'8", 6'9", could dribble the ball, could shoot. Pretty much anything you wanted out of a guard, man, he could do, and especially being at that height makes him super deadly. Now, he just posted this recent video on Instagram of him dunking, and man, I gotta be honest, you guys were coming for him in the comment section. Man, a top recruit like this, I guess that comes with the territory, because when you're a really good player, and people are always going to have some type of critique about you. Now, check a look at this video. Now, he goes for the dunk, and man, you guys were calling him out saying he had no bounce. Now, him being 6'9", of course, it's going to be pretty easy for him to get up there and dunk the ball, and he doesn't have to dribble too high. But I think you really got to give him credit for his athleticism at that height. If you think about the majority of people at 6'8", 6'9", they are not doing what he could do with the ball, and especially that he could dribble and shoot the ball really makes him deadly on the court. I think this dude is a no-brainer. He's going to be one of the best players coming up in the very near future. You guys know by now, he also is committed to Michigan State. That's a really good spot for him to develop and work on his game, but I'm surprised he really is sticking with it so far. You guys know by now, a lot of recruits are actually going the alternative route, either G League, overseas, and it seems like less and less people are going to be continuing to go to college. And when I say this, I only mean the top recruits. We're not talking about other players, because of course, if you're not as good and you're not a top recruit, man, your options are going to be a lot less limited. If you don't have that type of talent, you may have to go to college and develop over there. But man, Emoni was looking pretty good to me in that dunk. He looks like he has some decent bounce, but man, you guys were calling him overrated and all types of stuff. Now, he actually was playing this weekend. You guys know EYBL is back in session. He was playing with his team, and man, they were playing this one team, and the game really didn't go too well for him. Now, it actually ended up being 75-41, and his team lost to Each One Teach One from Florida. And man, you guys were calling him out saying he was overrated. Yeah, there were people. You guys were calling him out saying he was overrated, man. Really, the comments were coming for him. They're saying he got clamped, and pretty much he's not that good of a recruit. And a lot of people are saying there were better people than him in his class. Now, we got to look at this and say, man, it's only one game. Of course, you're going to lose games and you're not going to play your best every single time. He's pretty much getting clamped up in this game, but at the end of the day, you can have bad games. Being one of the best players in the country, that type of stuff is going to happen. You're not going to always be the #1 player on the court every single time you step on the court. And people are really hating on this dude like crazy. Now, honestly, I think he's an excellent player, and really one game does not determine all this about you. But man, Emoni must be doing something right if all these people are talking about him. Now, he actually posted something on his Instagram and basically responded to what people are saying about him after this game. Now, he said, "Everybody want to hate on Emoni Bates, real life goofies. Pray for y'all though." And honestly, man, a lot of people really hate when the majority of people can't even do what he's doing on the court. If he was a Gatorade Player of the Year, really the #1 player in his class, could shoot the ball, could dribble, and he goes against people that he plays against. He's definitely not afraid to go against the top players in the country and really attack them, and he's getting all this hate. Man, it's crazy to me how much people really talk about these #1 recruits. You guys got to remember, man, he's just a kid. He is still in high school, just a kid, and you guys really come for him like he's just, I don't really know at this point. It's just sad to see sometimes that people don't remember they're really similar to you. Now, Emoni actually ended up going against another really good player during this time over the weekend. He actually went up against the #2 player in his class of 2022, Jalen Duren. And man, it was a really good game. I think Emoni was playing very well that game. Of course, shooting the lights out, dribbling the ball very well, dunking. And I think that's another place where he showed he could get buckets. But a lot of people are calling out his team as well. His team is not the best, and they lost that game that they were playing against the #2 player, Jalen. But man, a lot of people are saying he should leave this team. Now, the reason they're saying this is because, man, if you're playing on a team and your team is not performing the best, it really kind of hurts you at some point because your team's not going to go as far and you're not going to play as good of competition. Now, of course, him playing the number 2 player, it's just going to happen because he's ranked so highly. But man, I wonder if Emoni would ever consider leaving Ipsy Prep and maybe going to a different prep school that's a little bit stronger, maybe something like an IMG at Montverde. I think this dude would kill at one of those types of schools. But the thing is, it really doesn't matter at this point. I think he's played against such good competition already and already has so much skill. He's going to be successful in college regardless, in my opinion. I see this dude that he's put in so much work, especially at that height. I see him having really no issue going to the next level and performing. Now, I'm a little bit surprised he did respond on his Instagram, but hey man, you guys really got to chill out with all the hating and all that other stuff and just leave it alone. Talk basketball and man, encourage one another. Now, if you guys didn't notice as well, someone else committed very recently. I think you guys know this by now. Man, Chet Holmgren actually committed to Gonzaga the other day, and I was actually surprised. A lot of people were really speculating where this dude was gonna go, and man, I'm glad to see that he committed to that school. It's a really good school, and I think this dude has a really bright future ahead of him. Very similar, of course, he's played Emoni Bates in the past too, and them two have gone head to head, and man, they both are really good players, really went at each other and showed what they were made of on the court. But man, that's gonna be a scary sight seeing Chet Holmgren in college basketball. Now, I gotta really read one of these hate comments because, man, I was shocked when I saw this. Now, let's look at this. After he played Chet, I knew he wasn't a generational like y'all claimed. Can't defend well and has terrible basketball IQ. Has all the offensive skills, though, just doesn't know how to correctly apply them to winning. Now, this is really interesting, man. And I think we have to take this comment into account because, man, a lot of people, of course, his team was struggling to get wins. And at the end of the day, if you're the best player on your team, man, one of the main goals, it's not only you to score, but you got to lead your team to a W. You know, you only prosper as far as your team does. And the farther your team could go if you're playing against better players, getting on ESPN, on TV, man, it's only going to help other people and really going to show that you're a team player. You can help your guys win. Now, a lot of people are even saying Emoni Bates and his shooting selection is really questionable at this point. The way he's putting up shots and just really disregards what he's doing on the court and just puts up a ton of shots. But honestly, they've said that about so many recruits, and I've heard this so many times. Think about even someone like LaMelo Ball. How many times is this dude shooting and putting up shots in high school and even when he was overseas as well? He was putting up a lot of shots, and a lot of people said that wasn't going to work in the NBA. Now, of course, his game did mature a lot during that time, and he actually ended up being an excellent player. But of course, he's injured right now and may actually be back. But at the end of the day, I think Emoni Bates is just gonna have to shift his game a tad bit to really fit the next level. Of course, you're not gonna be able to shoot as many shots as you would in high school and really just, you know, do your own thing. But I think if he could fit into a system, he can be very, very good at the next level. And of course, like I continue to keep saying, at that height, man, he's almost like a little baby KD or Jason Tatum. So I see this dude doing very well in the near future at Michigan State. Hey, and that's if he stays there. Who knows, man? He might end up leaving. You guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about Emoni Bates? You think he's overrated? What do you think about his style of play? Is he really that good? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications, get a notification every time I upload a new video. I appreciate each and every one of you for checking out the channel. All right, so I'll let you know.